What's up guys, it's Anthony, and in today's video we're going to be starting on building my Amazon DIY front bumper. We're going to be kind of teaching myself how to weld. It's like a first little project. I've done a couple of just like miscellaneous welding, passes, just playing around. But this will be the first one that we actually try and do, so hopefully it turns out alright. And we're going to be starting with the front bumper. I also have the rear bumper, and then we have frame stiffeners. So we've got a lot to do still, but we're going to start with the front, move over to the rear. I've got some rust repair to fix on the frame rails before we do the frame stiffeners. And then, of course, the typical dreaded rear quarter nasty mess that we got going on. But let's go ahead and get going. Got to dig it out of the mess that's in the back of my Jeep because I've only got a shed. So my Jeep's kind of a storage unit. You can see all the old parts there. So yeah, let's go ahead and get going. So here it is. Pretty sure this is the front because that looks like the brackets that go down the frame rail. And then the little wings on the side. But yeah, so we'll go ahead and start getting this unpackaged, kind of get the pieces laid out. Right here you can see my stiffeners. I bought these in January 25th. It's been a while, but I'm excited for those. But we're gonna do this because this is less daunting not knowing how to weld. But yeah, go ahead and get the pieces laid out and start. I know I'm gonna at least start with the center section and get it kind of mocked up there and tacked, hopefully. So let's go ahead and get it going. Alright, so the first piece we got here is this like Fairlead one. It says to bend it into a 90. Doesn't matter which way. Whatever side you choose to be the front. So I just picked one and went ahead and tried to clamp it here. This little table should hopefully help. See how it goes. And we'll bend this piece to a 90 and plug the welder in and probably tack it just to make sure it doesn't break, since I haven't heard that these little pieces, the little laser etch pieces, like to break. So hopefully this goes good and see how it goes. Alright, so the instructions said you bend these at 90, that at 90. I'm going to leave mine kind of bent back just a little bit just to help clear with winches, because I know that can be a problem. So, but at worst case, we'll cut it off and do something else with it. I know it's just kind of bracing to help keep the plate from twisting, but I tacked that plate together just to help make sure it wasn't going to break. So I'll probably spin this around so that way I can kind of tack these wing pieces. And then I think we need to start fitting it on the Jeep. Make sure it slides on and all that good stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and get this tacked and then see what the instructions say next. Alright, so there we have it. My kind of big tacks, just to make sure that I'm getting it there and don't have a lot of movement. And you know, this is kind of cool. I really want to learn how to weld, so you know, we're doing it. But I think next thing is make sure that this fits on the Jeep, and then we'll have to read the instructions and see what's next. But this is kind of fun. I don't know how much more I'll be able to keep going, but we'll see what happens. So here's it, just kind of resting in there. These two bolts are started and this one's not. I need longer hardware, and I need the plates that go through here and then here also. But I just wanted to make sure that I didn't go in too far or anything. But this is kind of idea what it's gonna look like. It does hang out pretty far, but maybe in the future we'll slip this back in and cut out the support here and slide it in a little bit. But for right now, that's kind of what it's looking like. The next thing is that original piece that we tacked needs to be tacked on the front. I can grab that and show you guys that. So that piece has got to get down in here and then has to be welded up. And yeah, so that'll kind of be the next challenge. It looks like we're gonna have to do a little bit of trimming over there to get that to slide down in there, but that's the start of this. I have no idea what I'm doing, just kind of winging it, and hopefully it's good enough, holds up, and if not, do it again until I get it right. But probably gonna go ahead and clean up and maybe work on this a little bit later tonight. But so far, we've gotten a good amount done. I mean, just those two pieces that we spent, you know, 20-30 minutes bending up and tacking together, kind of already looks like a bumper. So, can't complain about that. But, you know, it is what it is. So, we'll go ahead and maybe get that put in there and then go from there. So I got these pieces here. These are just the tie-ins. So I'm just gonna go ahead and throw some paint on them. And then I need some hardware to bolt them to the front of the Jeep. And then we bolt the regular bumper up to it in the factory locations and go from there. Alright, so we got both the plates in on both sides. I got these in. I got that just kind of bolted up on this side with these three. And then in here, I've got my old lower control arm bolts just to kind of keep it lined up. Man, it's a pain to get these in here. Just getting over this and all that. I got my finger a little bit, the top of my finger, but these are in here, so that means we can get some longer hardware and get the front bolted up with the lower cage piece. So, you know, we're making progress. Alright guys, so I need to go and get a flap disc so that I can clean the metal, because I'm having some issues with trying to tack it together and it being dirty. I don't have a flap wheel, and just that way I have one so I can clean up the welds and stuff later. So we're gonna head to Murdoch's right now. I've got my daughter with me. She's chilling back here. As she says, we're going on an adventure, so let's go get a flap disc. And it's raining now, and my bumper's raw, sitting out in the rain. Nice. Here we are. Maybe we'll pick up a wire well and a flap disc. Alright, so we got what we needed. My daughter got a sticker. And now it's time to go back home, wait out the rain, put her to bed, and hopefully go work on the Jeep some more. So, we'll see what happens. Alright, so it's been a while, but next pieces are folding these up. It's important to make sure that you have a left and a right. So we'll bend one way and then make sure we bend the other one the other way. So we got all that done. And then off camera, I went ahead and got the front tacked together. It's been a couple of days, as you can see, and I was having some really hard time with the welding, but hopefully I got it figured out. I got a flap wheel so I can clean all this off and retry it, and then we gotta clean this stuff up so that way I can get the wing piece to butt up here and try and weld it up. And I also got a big magnet that will help a lot with holding the pieces, hopefully. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and fold those pieces up. You can see I got them out over here and the welder so we can tack them, make sure they don't move. So we'll go ahead and get those bent up and maybe try tacking them to the Jeep. But it's nice. We're making some room back here so that way, you know, we can start organizing this because back seat's still full of parts. So I think we got frame stiffeners sitting right here. So we got a lot of work to do, all this rust to fix. So let's go ahead and get onto this. All right. So, I mean, I guess it's not too bad. For a flux core welder, you can see a little bit of heat penetration there and there. Kind of figuring it out. And I didn't clean any of this up, but we'll clean it up when we go ahead and actually finish weld it. But there's one wing all welded up, so can't complain. Okay, so we got one side on, and it doesn't look half bad. There's still another piece that goes on right there, but we'll get the other side tacked on, and we'll pull the bumper off, weld it up, and then we got to put the D-ring mounts in and weld them from the backside, then grind it all down and paint it, and then we got a bumper. All right, it's not perfect, but for being the first project, I think it looks all right. It looks like the Amazon bumper, so can't complain. I guess this side's a little saggy towards the end, but I could probably fix that when I flip it over to weld it, but that's okay. All right, so we got the D-rings tacked in there. I was having a really hard time with that side, trying to fill the gap over here. I didn't know how to do that, but kind of figured it out on this side, so hopefully when I get to that side, kind of have it figured out. But now the only other pieces we got to do is these end pieces, and then pull it off and weld it all up. But it's starting to look like a bumper. All right, so there you have it. That's what it's gonna look like when everything's all said and done. Got it pretty well tacked on there. Should be good. Need to try and do the other side, but I think we got some thunder rolling in, so I'm probably gonna have to clean it up and go inside. But we're also getting low on wire, so hopefully I can tack the other side on, and then I'll go and get some wire later, and then tonight we'll work on burning it in. I really need to get some welding sleeves because my arm is getting cooked. All right, and there's the entire bumper tacked together. I'm happy with it. It's not perfect, but first welding project. Can't complain too much. it's a bumper. I mean, it's gonna get used and abused, so that's awesome to see. All right, so starting to kind of get it figured out. I was having some issues getting started, but you know, we've got some pretty good stretches going. Doing like these convex angles is going to be really hard to learn, but it's getting too dark. I can't see. It's late, so I'm gonna go ahead and get back to this tomorrow, and hopefully we'll have this done in time for the video on Saturday. It is currently Sunday, so I got until next Saturday to have this video done and out for you guys, so wish me luck. Well, we're getting there. Have the whole center tray welded on the bottom. All this. It gets a little boogery, stuff like that. These really hard to like fill the hole and figure that out. So that's taking me some time, but all this is getting welded up. Still got to do this side on the bottom, but the bottom's almost done, so that's pretty cool. Well, got it pretty much welded up. There's some low spots from me having troubles trying to get going and between passes and stuff like that, so we got a lot of cleaning up to do. I wish all my welds would just look like that, but I end up with this stuff, so I got to go through and clean that out and redo that. Pretty much this whole front lip, I had one good section, couple right here, right there, and then I just started struggling for some reason, so, but we just gotta clean it up, fill up all the holes, make it look decent, and then I'm probably gonna take this somebody at work to weld it up because I cannot do it, so I'm gonna cut all this back out and have somebody do that for me, just because I want it to be nice and strong and don't have to worry about it. So, but that's all we got for this weekend. Well, what's up, guys? Sorry, I'm a little out of breath. It's starting to rain and I gotta clean up. But this video is taking me a very long time to film. Sorry for not uploading for like a month and a half. Yeah, the bumper's not done fully, but it's close enough to a finished product. So yeah, show you guys this, wrap this video up. Currently standing in it. I think it's good enough. It's not very pretty. Has some fixes to do, but it's my first welding project, so you know what you gonna do. So I'll show you guys what it looks like on the Jeep though. So there we have it in all of its crappy glory. It looks good from a distance, but up close, not so good. I got a lot of welds to cut out and finish up, but everything's ground down so I can see what I need to fix. I know for next time some things to try and do differently. So, but it's a bumper, complete. There's two 31s stacked together. Still have a good amount of clearance. You know, it's good enough for me. So, not too bad. Fitment. I need to get some actual longer bolts for this plate back here and drill that hole out right there. But yeah, not too bad. This side looks how it should in here, minus having a bolt there, but yeah, looks pretty decent. I'll have to cut my fenders to match that so it looks a little bit more uniform and flows together, but I'll wait until I have the bumper kind of finally finished to trim that. But looks pretty good. You know, what you're gonna do. In the future, I'd like to maybe drill some holes in here, slide this bumper back, cut my grill out, just to tuck it up against the Jeep a little bit tighter. But there she is. We've got some light pods to put up there. I might try and figure out how to bend a hoop maybe for the top, but the D-rings still need to be welded up. Need to cut out all the holes I got, especially on this side, fix them, but looks good. So, but hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. If you are new, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Sorry, there was B trying to get me, but yeah, like I was saying, if you are new, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you guys are gonna get this bumper or if you've done it. If you got any tips or recommendations down in the comment section below, or if you got any questions, I got a good grasp on how to do it now, so the rear bumper should be a lot easier. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So yeah, we'll see. But I'm gonna go ahead and pack up here. It's starting to rain, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.